Hi again. Welcome to Oshinyemi's channel. Today I'm going to talk about the carbonation effect because I've been watching carbonation for a long time. I watch people talk about carbonation, do commentary on carbonation, the breakdowns on carbonation, and particularly Nature Boy. So I decided I'm going to just do one video on him, really. I don't really I'm not going to be doing loads of video on him. I'm just going to just do this not really a basic video, but I'm going to show you how his narcissistic side, he is a sexual deviant, he is an abuser. And also, I'm not taking, also there's a young lady called Velvet Marquez. I'm not taking her out of the picture. She's included in this too. So I'm going to show an article on him that was ages ago. So I'm going to make it very clear so everybody can see who this person is, because I still want to know why people's rushing over there. All right, who is Nature Boy? Court leader says Kayla Reid can leave at any time. Legio Bishop gives an interview from Costa Rica, says Newfoundland woman is safe, because they were looking for this lady called Kayla Reid. This is Nature Boy. And this is Kayla Reid, as you can see. Nature Boy don't look like this. He's obviously aged a little bit now. But anyways, let's get to it. Nature Boy is a former model, stripper, prostitute, and barber. These days, he's self-professed cult leader. His exact location in Costa Rican jungle is unknown, because he's not there now. He's actually in Puerto Rico right now. And so is a number of followers living with him. What is known, however, are details of checked past criminal record. It is also clear he has full support and the votation of a 21-year-old Kayla Reid, who recently left her new home in Newfoundland and moved to Costa Rica to be with Bishop and his followers. I made myself clear that nothing is going on with Kayla and nothing is wrong with Kayla. Bishop told CBBC News in an interview on Monday. Kayla is just fine. From stripper to court leader. Before he left for Costa Rica, 34-year-old Bishop held previous address in Atlanta and New Jersey. In 2009, he was arrested for forcible entry in Georgia. 2 years later, he faced charges of theft and was arrested for aggressive battery. No charges were laid in the latter incident, he said. He was a model and an exotic entertainer, confessing in a Facebook video to having sex for money. Admitted to avoid furthering a life of crime, Bishop attended school to become a barber. He filed for a business license in 2014 and opening his own shop in Georgia. He also claims to have worked on the Monique Show, a talk show hosted by the Atlanta comedian of the same name. In a Facebook post from June 2016, Bishop posed with a backpack, writing, "Ascension journey has begun." He was heading for Honduras, urging commentators on the post to let him be there and guide out of hell realm. Nature Boy speaks. Nature Boy answered a video call on Monday from CBBC News on Monday, with a bright smile, sitting in a vehicle with 3 male friends crowded into a back seat behind him. He agreed to speak with CBBC reporter who contacted him through a third party. For a third-party initially texting app, Bishop objected to being called by his given name, asking instead to be referred to as Nature Boy. So this is him and his crew. There's Olmac and Kayla Reed at the back. When asked about Reed, he assured she was safe and happy in Costa Rica. She could leave on her own accord. He had urged Reed to make contact with the Canadian police, and her mother and Bishop said, I am a black man and she's a white girl. And he said, it might seem to be the world that I'm holding her hostage. I want to make it clear, call your people and let them know you are okay. So let me see if there's anything else on this. Like, this is him then. He don't look like that no more. So I want to show the narcissistic side of him because he has a narcissistic way of thinking. So I'm going to quickly show this one. Oops. Quickly show this one. A narcissistic personality, which he has all traits of all this. I add. Right, signs and symptoms of a narcissistic personality. Right, one, grandiose or sense of self-importance. Lives in a fantasy world, which he does, that supports the delusions of grandeur. Yes, he does that as well. Needs consistent praise and admiration. Sense of entitlement. Exploits others without guilt or shame, which he did the other day with one of the members. That's dealing with it. So let's see, the sense of entitlement. Let's pick this one out. Because they consider themselves special, narcissists accept favorable treatment as their due, and they truly believe that whatever they want, they should get. They also expect the people around them to automatically comply with their every wish and whim. That is their only value. If you don't appreciate or meet their every need, then you are useless. And if you have the nerve to defy their will or selfishly ask for something in return and prepare for something with aggression, outrage, or the cold shoulder. So he has a great sense of entitlement. He lives in a fantasy. That is definitely, I definitely see that a lot. He pretends to be people he's not. He's like that movie, Mr. Wrigley. Since reality doesn't support their grandiose view of themselves, narcissists live in fantasy world and propped up by distortion and self-deception and magical thinking. They spin self-glorifying fantasies of unlimited success and power and brilliance and attractiveness and an ideal love that make them feel special and in control. These fantasies protect them from feelings of inner emptiness, shame. Shall I say that again? These fantasies protect them from feelings of inner emptiness and shame. So facts and opinions that contradict them are ignored away. Rationalization is away. Anything that threatens to bust their fantasy bubble is met with extreme defensiveness and even rage. So those around the narcissist learn to tread carefully around the denial of reality. Now, the reason why I call this how is this affecting the community? Because I've read all that about the narcissistic personality, which he does have. He has a real bad narcissistic mind, personality. The members that is around him can't breathe, they can't be themselves, they can't say nothing. And because I think now, because he probably have no need for them, what he's doing now, he's straight outwardly online being rude to them. Now, this week, last week, yesterday, I don't even know. He was rude to one of he was so abusive to her, and she wasn't even expecting it. And then on top of that, he have STDs, HIV, herpes, all sorts of shit going on. And I keep asking myself, why is people enabling this guy? Why are you enabling this guy? Even if you're making money off of him. Okay. Right. See, what's it? The social service had been called because all sorts of things was going on. Now I'm going to refer you to a couple channels which talks about this guy. Okay. Weld is one of them. He breaks everything down to the skin, the white meat, as they say. Real Real Talk TV, she breaks down his mind side, I think. Mind over matter, breaks down the psyche, and he speaks as a black man on this thing. He's calling people ninjas, all sorts of things, like how. He was even the other day talking about interbreeding his children. Psycho much, I think not. He's very psycho, very psychotic. And the people who phone him or call in to his Bigo, though they're giving him loads of money, he's making money on there. He definitely is making money on there. Like, the community, as I see on a whole, is very masochistic. He was very abusive. I think he's hit on a couple people. Well, he's been hitting on people for a long time. It's not even just now he's been doing it. Very masochistic mindset we have in our community. And that's why there's loads of murders and stuff going on in our community amongst ourselves. We don't, like, it seems like people don't protect. We seem to like be happy watching people get abused or whatever. It's not really nice to watch, to be honest. The last month before, there was something was said about his daughter. Something happened to his daughter, and the mother still haven't taken her to the hospital. The mother's just talking. Me personally think she's going to go back anyway. So I'm not even like, because she also has that kind of narcissistic mind. She's self-entitled. You're not self-entitled. She has a child. She needs to go take care of her child. Right now, they're saying she's pregnant again for somebody else. Because as soon as she left Carbonation, because she's so used to the sex or whatever they were doing over there, the orgies, she came out, she was doing the sex and the orgies and all that stuff. Now, there's also a lady called Tanisha, where they call her Malia. But she had surgery. She was in hospital for all sorts of things. They even said that they was taking her to a special unit. She was at the last place she was in a hospice. But before she was in a hospital, and they found out all these diseases that she had. Now, my guy went to NOLA, and I really think the reason why he went to NOLA was to prove that how he doesn't have HIV and and it's a myth and all this. But my thing is, this continues and continues and continues and continues. Like, I keep asking myself, when is this going to end, or will it ever end? And it's not a show. It's not a reality show, which people need to come to that conclusion. It's not a reality show. The month or so before, Velvet and Tanisha was fighting on the beach, like Fight Club. Obviously, he got money for that. So I don't see why people feed into his bullshit. To be honest, it's quite sad that how we can't get rid of this dude. He's on always seems to be on a lot of platforms. When he leaves one, he goes to another one. And those two things that I read about the narcissistic thing, he is exactly that. There's probably other nature boys out there. Yes, I am not saying there ain't other nature boys out there, but this one has been doing it from 2015 till now, or even before. Fair enough, he's a gay stripper, whatever. Yeah, but like I said, there was a conscious lady who was a stripper, and you see a before picture and you see an after picture of her. Total different person. Two can't even say the word. Two different people, and she's still walking her path. Now he's telling them about being spiritual and they're on a spiritual journey. Their spiritual journey is literally having sex. That's what I come to that conclusion. They ain't doing nothing else but having sex every day, fixing his hair. He gets treated like he's like coming from America, like Hakeem and coming from America. You know, when the women's wiping his privates in the bath and all this stuff. That is what this thing reminds me of. That's what his cult reminds me of. And I think when I do get a chance to do another live, there is a cult that literally killed the boy and his mother. Now that can happen for that cult too. And the man had the same ideals of this man, same thinking, same everything. So I just think he needs to be taken down personally. I don't know how or I mean, like I said, Weld is on his ass a lot. Every corner, every bend, he's on his ass, every bend. He can't leave. He can't go from one location to the other. Weld finds him. And to be honest, as bad as Weld is, I actually give him credit because he actually do shoot the man out of the water. You know, I'm not as on his channel like I was before, but he is literally on it. I can't hate the man for what he's doing. He's a bit obsessive, yes, but he gets the job done. He gets the job done. And to be honest, it takes another person of that mindset to knock out that person of that mindset. So that's what I'm looking at from my point of view. Right, even right before he told them they could not read books. Oh yeah, and another thing, this fake woke bullshit needs to stop. Okay, there's people who is aware. They're not woke. They're not conscious. They're woke. They're awakened. In fact, you know. There's people who knows, who eats naturally, who gardens, who does a whole heap of shit, does a whole heap of stuff. I just think that how Black people are searching for a utopia. Yes, that is what's happening. So any quick fix, they run to it. Sometimes you have to find it within yourself. It's not about going to an organization or whatever. Sometimes, like I said, the African, what they call it, the African spirituality helped me in a lot of ways. And I met a lot of good people along the way, more than when I was in Nation of Islam and all these other places. Because I don't have to pretend. I could just be myself. Don't have to talk Hotep. I don't have to say Hotep if I don't want to. So Nature Boy sees that how everybody's looking for that thing and he is literally eating off of it. But it looks now he doesn't want to be that no more. He wants to live normal. He's got the caps. He's wearing the Babylon clothes and all that stuff. He ain't really doing that, and that nobody else ain't doing out here, to be honest. The only difference is that he's in Puerto Rico. That's the only difference. Now, I'm not going to lose my voice over this demon, cretin, whatever the heck he is, because he's a cretin. and he's hell bent on whatever he's hell bent on, whatever agenda they set him for. He's definitely set on doing what he's going to do, and it's quite sad. So I'm not going to go on and waffle. I made my point. I'm putting the narcissistic personality, the two ones that stick out for me on that guy the most. I don't need to say no more because there's probably other people who's put out loads of narcissistic explanation already. I'm just highlighting the two that sticks out to me more. He lives in a fantasy world. If they don't bend to his whim, their members, he beats them up. He beats up women, and he's not afraid to say it. He got a warning from a guy from the PR yesterday, and he's saying, "Oh no, I'm known because my name is Prada, and my people come from there." And do you know what? Your luck's gonna run out. And I'm gonna be right. Hopefully, I'll be watching. I will see that your luck has run out. Like I said, I don't like to see black man in prison, but in this case, this one needs to go in prison. He needs to go in a deep prison. No social media, nothing. So, with that said, I'm gonna come off because it's been ongoing, and I didn't want to say nothing on this cult again because before I remember making 2 videos on this cult, but I don't use his image. I think I used his image once, but I try not to use his image because I'm not promoting him. I'm not promoting him. The ones who's using his image and use it for commentary, they do that, but I don't need to do all that because there's other people out there that's doing that. So I am finished what I've said. I think I've aired out my mind, and I'm not going to talk about. Hopefully, I won't talk about this dude again unless I see something that really pisses me off. So I am going to come off. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon, and just stay blessed. Just watch your peeps on the online thing, them youngsters, because it's 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds he's looking at, or younger possibly. He went to the LGBT community at one point, but they didn't accept him. So he's trying. He's really trying it. He's really trying. Whether he's trying. So even though I'm not into the LGBT thing, but he's trying, and you can just see the dots are all there in your face. So with that said, I'm going to come off and just leave a comment or a like and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.